There you go.
All right, 6 p.m. We'll call the meeting to order. All council is present except for Tina, which she already sent in to Linda saying she wouldn't be here, so we do have a quorum. Declaration of conflict of interest. Anybody has anything to declare, they can do that now. Seeing none. Addition, deletion, or approval of the agenda. Looking to have a motion to, no, there's nothing else to add. A motion to approve the agenda.
I move that we approve the agenda.
Moved by Councilor Sonia, seconded by Councilor Thompson. Agendas, you're all in favor? Questions on the motion before we do that? I didn't think there would be. Approval of the minutes, we'll do both at once, regular council meeting. Oh, yeah, they did. They all stand up.
We did. It's not professional, and I apologize.
Oh,
Yeah, I can put this side here.
See, hands go up. Did I not?
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Approval of the minutes, we'll do both together, regular council meeting of October 4th, 2023, and committee of the whole of October 18th, 2023. We will need a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll give you that.
Deputy Mayor Ferguson, seconded by Councilor Sonia. Questions on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Vote on it and passed. Very good. Presentation to council, seeing none. Business arising from the minutes, NV Powers draft Trident Field agreement, or no, it's not a draft, it was tabled from last month to this month, the Trident field agreement.
It was-
To Linda.
Yeah, it was tabled last month because we wanted to have some type of guidelines in place for users if they were to collaborate with us on it. And or us use it by ourselves. So this is just a very broad. Just several point document. I didn't know if council wanted to add anything or remove anything. Before I turn it into a more formal draft and send to legal. Seemed pretty comprehensive to me.
Yeah, so everybody did have a chance to read, go through the document, but send out your council packages, okay? And nothing further. That one?
No,
So I guess where it was tabled,
I will just take that and turn it into a formal
and
document.
then we'll bring it back for
Final approval.
final approval. Okay. Perfect, so Linda, we'll send that through or finish it up. Department reports, general government, mayor's report. My meetings were attached to the document, so I think everybody obviously got that. There are a few things that I did want to add to it, other than the meetings that I attended. We did want to add on November 6th at 6 p.m. We're going to have a draft budget presentation for council. So I'll mention it now, but they'll also be mentioned at the end for our meetings. So that's November 6th at 6 p.m. here. We got that. And I'll mention it now, but it was also in the 9B under correspondence. We did, or I presented Linda with a check this week for $1,282.27. That money was from the old Parish of La Pro Recreation Committee. So it's actually been a few months in the works because we couldn't get, or I couldn't get down to the bank in St. George to sign all the documentation or whatever. So we got that done. And it was presented. Sherry Henderson was the co-chair. I was the chair of the meeting. He was in charge of the finances too. So their recommendation, obviously they'd like to see it come back into the recreation committee here under Fundy Shores. And then whatever we do with it, but so Linda does have the check. I don't know if we need, that can just be, we don't need a motion or anything to put that in words. You're just
I'm just gonna do
Okay.
that.
So, but I guess since this is the first council meeting we've had since that, I did want to just send out a thank you to the old Recreation Committee of La Pro, which was Sherry Henderson, Emily Wood, Rachel Bent, and Tasha Ralph. Just for their work over the years, and it's finalized now. I guess we don't have no more LSDs, so it's, yeah, so I know they appreciate it. They were quite, couldn't wait to get the check to us, so. So that was done. ERSC budget, I think I sent you guys the email on that it was passed, voted on and passed on October 26th. So that's all been done and approved. And the only other thing that came out of that meeting was the disappointment on the recent announcement from the RCMP for the one additional RCMP officer for RC10. So it was the board's decision at that time to reach out to Minister of Justice and Public Safety, both to reaffirm that we felt that one's not good enough and we wanted a broader, I guess, meeting with both of them. So that was that. And what wasn't on my report was on October 21st. I know most of you all did, actually, I think all council did, was attended the first, hopefully annual, Witches and Warlocks on the Water at New River. It was good to see everybody, and to my surprise, actually, there was a really good turnout. It was quite a, for our first one down here, it was quite, I personally never heard of it. So we had a lot of witches around here. There's a lot. They didn't take lightly to my burning everybody at town hall and that.
No, they didn't like that. On that same note, we also had the first junior firefighter
Right.
of the day. And children had a blast. It was very successful.
Yeah, so, and then on that, just a couple reminders, one this Saturday from 9 to 12 is the community breakfast down with 50 Plus Club. Hopefully they get a good turnout as they did last year. They really raised a lot of money for, and that all goes to the Funded Shore School breakfast program. So hopefully they'll get another good turnout this year. And do that.
It's good, we're walking too.
Yeah. So, yeah, and they did really well at that last year. They raised, I think, don't quote me, but around 3,000, I believe it was. So that was a really good turnout. And just the last one, well, everybody don't forget in a couple weeks, because we won't have council by then, but November 11th is Remembrance Day. Musquash Fire will be holding their Remembrance Day here at the fire hall, and they'll be doing the wreath laying. So we will be presenting one on behalf of Fundy Shores. So this will be our first year participating in that. So just a reminder, hopefully they'll have another good turnout. They usually do every year, so hopefully it's not long. And that, I believe, is my report. Councilors report. I know some of you submitted, but I'll just ask the Deputy Mayor Ferguson if you want to go first, and do you want to combine your both?
Yeah, my report was submitted. Do you want me to do the economic development committee one now or wait till the next item? I can wait.
You can wait, or it's, I'll leave it up to you, depending on what, because I don't know what you have, so I'll leave it up to everyone combining.
Okay, well, we can get them. So my report for deputy mayor has been submitted. It's available online to everybody. The economic development committee met on October 10th. And in that meeting, we did a review of the maps and zoning and recommendations for economic development since our first meeting in April. And those have been summarized now in a document, and that outlines the priorities of areas, recommendations, and then additional notes for council's consideration going forward in real planning and any other activities around economic development. So those have been submitted to Linda just a little while ago, and they'll be up on the committee page, I believe, Linda, for people to access and see. So I'm not sure when the economic development committee will meet again, to be determined as needed. So that's it for me.
Thank you. Councilor Ben,
Submitted.
okay. Did you want to do community development now or wait? Or do you have nothing? That's fine too, just.
No, we are going to meet on November 7th for We have Heather Chase coming to give us an update on community health assessment.
Okay. And that was ours, right? The one that was submitted.
For RSC 10.
Okay. Okay. So I know there's a couple in there now, I believe, isn't there? The one that's just submitted now is just primarily RSC 10.
That's what we're
One
working
that's
on.
out, okay,
Yeah, they're finalizing that on the
okay.
third, I think. Was the most recent email.
Yeah, the third.
Okay, perfect. All, Good.
That's
okay,
good.
Councillor Dealey's was submitted or not? Was not, then she's not here, but.
Thank very much.
Oops, sorry. Councillor Song,
Submitted.
did you have anything for tourism?
We're scheduled to have a meeting next week, but I suspect we will cancel it because we don't have a lot to talk
Okay.
about.
Okay.
And we'll wait until January to try to get some speakers in.
Okay. Just a quick note to backtrack on that from my report, we did meet with Parks and Rec. Did you get an email?
Yes.
Okay. So hopefully that's gonna progress over. the
And that's
next
sort
couple
of on
months.
that same line for
Yeah.
what we're looking to do as well.
Yeah, and I wanted to give you the heads up because that would be, she wanted to share it regionally, but to keep you in the loop, and then hopefully in the next 2 months, there's gonna be some more coming out. Okay. Councilor Thompson,
Submitted.
submit it. Senior prac report,
Perhaps
submit it.
been submitted as
No,
well,
that-
nothing pertaining to.
Right.
funding or something.
So does that work better for you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the first meeting, but I'm sure it took a lot of. No, it was really good, thank you. And that's it for councilor's report, CAO report.
As submitted, nothing extra.
So everybody's seen her report, any
Mhm.
questions on that? Because we will need a motion to accept it,
I make a motion to accept it as written.
as written,
Mhm.
or submitted. Councilor Bent, seconded by Councilor Simon, questions on it? Okay, all those in favor? We should get off that. Plan inspection, director's report, was there one that, any?
There was.
So, by Alex,
There was one submitted, yes, yeah.
so we will need a motion to accept that as submitted. Deputy Mayor Ferguson, seconded by Councilor Thompson, questions on the report? Seeing none, all those in favor? Last. Nobody contrary, standing committee is done. Correspondence. So A, from the shore school, we did receive it was attached a little thank you card, a letter from them. For the donation that we presented to them for the $1,000 for the Roots of Empathy program. They were quite happy with that, and it's going to be put to good use, so they were quite pleased. The only other one was the $1,282 that we received from the old LaPro Local Service District. So that's it for correspondence. Approval of payments. For the total of, which was submitted as well, I believe, $236,186. We'll need a motion on that.
Motion to move to accept.
Seconded.
Yeah.
Deputy Mayor Ferguson, questions on the motion, on the general government? Nothing, all those in favor, contrary, none, seeing none. Approval of payments, sewage commission, Thompson subdivision for the total $678.50, we will need a motion for that. Deputy Mayor Ferguson again, second by Councilor Sonia. Questions on the motion?
Is that for the whole season?
The lawn care, no, they just went in once, I didn't realize it wasn't being done. I have reached out to contract him for next season.
Okay.
Go over there.
So just on that, just as a reminder that those payments for the lagoon do come back to us, through government. So that'll be, brought back. And me and Linda actually went up that day to check it, so, and then to see how it was done, it was bad. So I was actually surprised at this, that it was maybe 50, because it was quite a mess.
That's why.
So, any further questions? No, all those in favor of accepting the motion? Contrary minded, seeing none, motion passed. Approval of accounts, the October 25th, 2023 revenue and expense report that is attached in the packages. We'll need a motion on that. Mayor Ferguson, seconded by Councilor Bent. Questions on the motion? All those in favor? Contrary minded, seeing none, motion passed. New business, emergency management plan for Fundy Shores.
It's a little lengthy.
Slightly. And that's only the start.
Do you want to show your binder or?
Oh, no, I'm very proud, this is color coded. That's color
We
coded.
have color and. So we will need a motion to accept the emergency plan for Fundy Shores, submit it.
And then we'll send it out to our partners.
Nice to see it. Give you a motion.
Motion by Deputy Mayor Ferguson, second by Councilor Sonia. Yeah, no, I'll just say good work. I know a lot of work went into it, I knew. And also by Roxanne Oliver and the Rob Shaw with fire. Both with fire, but community as well, and the Public Safety Committee, so. Yeah, good job by everybody, it was a lot.
Thank you, Charlotte, for letting us use
And he's
it.
been trying, yes, the CAO, Jason Cadet and John down there for letting us borrow their template. We only borrowed it, right? We didn't.
I'm not reinventing the wheel.
All right, so all those in favor?
Okay.
Contrary minded, seeing none, passed, and we do now have a plan. Look at that. Starting, oh, yeah, geez, that was quick, we're going. We need a motion to move into closed session. Councilor Sonia, seconded by Councilor Bent. Any questions? Yeah, I do.
And so I'm just gonna end the live. stream for a minute.
Yeah, just make sure. I want to see her.